What's going on, everybody? So I want to talk about the Florida Gators versus the Charlotte 49ers game. Florida Gators got the victory, 22-7. That's the best thing that happened out of that game tonight. The Florida Gators got to win. I will take it. They improved to 3-1 on the season. They take on Kentucky next Saturday. And the Florida Gators are going to have to play a lot better than they did tonight when they face Kentucky. The Florida Gators offense went up and down the field. Graham Mertz was 20 of 23 for 259 yards, 1 touchdown. But the Florida Gators were 1 of 9 on third down conversions. They had to kick 5 field goals because their offense just couldn't move it in the red zone. Now, Trace Mack did have a nice 50-yard field goal. If the Florida Gators were trying to figure out if they have a kicker, well, they figured that out. Trace Mack, man, I mean, listen, I feel comfortable kicking field goals now. But, defense got 4 sacks tonight. The defense, man, they're fast, they're physical. I really like the upgrade that the Florida Gators had in the offseason, or they did, especially with that defensive line. Losing Justice Boone so early or before the season hurt, but I feel like that defensive front, man, they just have so many good players that there's a lot of guys that you can look at going, okay, the production's going to still be here. Seeing Kelby Collins, a true freshman out there, still playing well. Tyreek Sapp, getting after the quarterback. You have Princely. Princely played well tonight, but the Florida Gators, man, it's a little concerning after you see a game like Charlotte. Now, you hope they were playing down to their competition, or a lot of people say maybe they just weren't prepared. Maybe they just thought it was Charlotte and was like, we're just going to beat them. But you never want to think like that. You're at home. The crowd wants a blowout victory so they can just, they can get excited. They could, but, there was just some concerns tonight, both sides of the ball, but offense, especially the play calling. Ricky Pearsall did have 6 catches for $104. Man, he had a nice one-hand catch that was awesome to see in double coverage. But the biggest concern offensively, we talked about the red zone issues. You had to kick 5 field goals. The offense just stalled out when the field shrunk. Biggest concern for me is, why is Trevor Etienne only touching the ball 10 times total? He had 8 carries and 2 catches. Montrell Johnson got 16 carries. He got double the carries as Trevor Etienne. I'm sorry, I like Montrell Johnson, I really do. Trevor Etienne is the best running back on the Florida Gators. Okay, he's the best. Trevor Etienne, hands down, is the best running back on the Florida Gators. He's not even getting double-digit carries. It brings me back to the old Dan Mullen era, especially whenever he had Dameon Pierce, a stud running back who's running very well for the Houston Texans. But he did the same thing with Dameon Pierce. Dameon Pierce would get like 6 carries or 8 carries. It's like, man, we have a stud running back. Why aren't we using him? And, I'm getting those vibes. I know nobody wants to tune into a video and hear Dan Mullen's name. But, it just concerns me with that. Like, why? We know Trevor Etienne is a bad man. Like, we know he can run the rock. Why aren't we giving him, these those reps in this game, getting him to a flow, getting him, breaking off some big runs, before they take on Kentucky next week. Get him into a groove. He had 6 yards per carry. Montrell Johnson had 3.9 yards per carry. And you were hoping to see, the younger running backs, especially in this game with Trayon Webb. You were hoping for a bigger lead, but it never came to that because Charlotte was hanging on with the 2-score, advantage, or Florida only had a 2-score lead. So I was hoping the Florida Gators would play younger guys, and they did. Andy Jean now, oh man, Andy Jean looks good now. Andy Jean, I got to see him tonight. Wow, he looks electric. Man, just think about with him, and then when Eugene Wilson comes back, you get some young guys, some fresh legs that can move. Those guys can move, man. But it's just the 1 for 9 on third down concerns me, especially with a team like Charlotte. Like, why are you struggling with that? Trevor Etienne needs more touches. That 10 touches total is terrible, in my opinion. I think you need to give your stud players a lot more than 10 touches, especially with Charlotte, but in any game. So, that's my concerns. Listen, the biggest thing of the game, like I said, victory. Florida Gators moved to 3-1. I will take it. And the Florida Gators are going to have to go back to the drawing board with the play calling and things like that and work on that red zone situation, especially that red zone offense this upcoming week when they take on Kentucky and they go to Kentucky. But hey guys, as always, I appreciate y'all watching this channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great one.